Well, this is my review of the last 60 days of my hammer and chisel routine. This is the first time I've actually done this step, which is, looking back and self-evaluating how I did, reflecting on the program and how I went through it. I haven't really done that prior, because all the personal development and training is, you have to reflect. You have to look back and see how you did, so you know where you went wrong and you know what you did right, so that you can improve upon the things that you did right and try to minimize the things you did wrong. So going forward, every time I complete a program, I'm going to reflect upon it, and really take a good hard look at what it is happened to get me through it, and from where I started and to where I ended up, what the circumstances were. So let's see. The first part is a no-brainer. It's the workouts. Working out is a part of my life, and I'm going to do it every day until I just keel over. That's just the way it's going to be. I love it. I love it, and I call it functional fitness. I don't like saying I can't do something because I'm not strong enough. I don't like saying I can't do something because I'm hurt. I don't like doing something because I'll be like, I can't do that. I won't be able to do anything for the next 2 days. That's never going to be me. I'm never going to be that guy. I just can't. I can't live that way. I can't do it. So in the functional fitness aspect of the 60-day hammer and chisel program, I absolutely killed it. Snowboarding, mountain biking. I want to do those obstacle course races because I love the challenge. These are all things that are included in functional fitness, and I'm going to continue doing for a long time. I like having fun, and I like playing. That's playing. If you're not playing every day, somehow finding some way to play like you're a kid and to keep that childlike aspect to yourself, you grow old. I'm not growing old. I don't want to do it. So, improvements that I saw, for functional fitness is my legs. I've babied my legs sometimes in previous workouts, and wanting to really get control of the muscles so that my knees are good and my hips are good and the flexibility. I saw really good definition and improvement in my legs. Um, Bench step ups with the weights, crossing over. I never used the bench before, and when I'm standing on my bench, it's like on an angle for my thigh. So I mean, it's like really stepping up. So that was amazing. Um, for my chest, I've done really well in the improvements and the definition that I see in my chest, and there wasn't too much. I mean, there was push-ups and bench press, but it wasn't like Body Beast. Then again, I was doing a little bit better with my nutrition, so I killed it. I showed up every day and I pushed my limits, and I had great growth with my functional fitness. The hammer and chisel program was amazing. Total body, everything. Doing great. The second area is nutrition, and I see there's two parts to that. The first is nutritional fitness, and the second is competition fitness. And I'll tell you what the difference is. So going through nutritional fitness, I did very well, and I have room for improvements. Um, the improvements that I want to make are more exacting levels of all the nutrients that I'm supposed to get. Um, More varied in some of the vegetables and the proteins that I ingest. I'm kind of hardcore and I like easy and simple, but I really do have room to expand upon the variety that I have to stick with all the nutrition that I'm supposed to be getting, and not have not stray, from time to time. You know, for the nutritional fitness, one of the things that I usually look at is my blood pressure. My blood pressure is perfect. My energy levels, awesome, amazing energy levels. My sleep quality, you know, all this has a bearing from nutrition. And my nutrition was really on point, and I stayed really good with all of it. I've made some big improvements from, you know, when I first started doing the 21-day fix extreme programs and the portion control containers. It's tremendous. It helps so much. A lot of the products that we buy, they show you the nutrition levels, but they don't tell you that what you're eating is like 2 or 3, or sometimes even 4, and you eat the whole thing. It's no good. So, you know, the nutritional fitness, I did really good. You know, I saw some really big improvements, and I saw some awesome results. The next area is the competition fitness, and you ask yourself, how strict was I? This is, you got to be honest with yourself. You got to take the ego out of it. You got to say, how strict was I? Um, how dedicated was I to 100% results? 100% results. You just stick to it, and there's no straying, there's no deviation. You do the program completely. For the first 4 weeks, I was really strong. For the first 4 weeks, I was really strong. But then I trailed a bit after the second 4 weeks. You know, don't get me wrong, I saw really good results. Um, and anything from this point on that I say is just an excuse. It's, you know, along the lines of, let me blame something else so that I can feel better about myself in not achieving what I wanted to. And that's all it is. It's just excuses. Um, you know, but doing this reflection, I could see where I can make the changes. I did not have the competition mindset, not even close. um, I had cravings, and when something was put around in front of me, sometimes I caved in. Like, there were some two donut days in there. I mean, just yesterday, even though it was sort of healthy, uh, you know, a wheat crust and some low-fat cheese and vegetables. Come on, I still had half a pizza. That was yesterday. So, I mean, that's not competition prep material. Got to be honest with myself. I got to be honest with the results that I want to see. Um, so, you know, for overall for the 8 weeks, I feel really good. I mean, let's look at the comments. I mean, because people will talk when they see you changing and they see your body improvement. I have this great one where there was a woman at work talking to her, doing this, that, and the other thing, and that's another thing that you have. You know, even besides the what I'm going to say right now is there are people that start to come up to you and start talking to you about your fitness. They're like, what are you doing? You know, what do you think about this? Or, you know, I have a hard time with this, you know, and I go through and have conversations with so many people. They just start talking to you about fitness. It just works itself into the conversation. So there was a woman, she had a car that she was bringing in to have worked on, and she was in the waiting room where there's the microwave, so I was heating up my vegetables, and she goes, I don't mean to harass you. I don't mean to be too forward. But are you a model? I was like, oh, bless your heart. She asked me if I was a model. She goes, because you look really good. And I was like, you know, and I told her everything that I do and what I'm a part of. You know, and that's an amazing compliment. You can't just be so hard on yourself because you don't, you know, you live with yourself. How are you going to be able to see the results? Other people that just, you know, roll up on you, and there's the first time they met you, and they're like, how you doing? And then another one is, you know, about 6 days ago, a guy goes to me, he said, well, he was talking to other people because I was beating him. And he goes, well, what do you expect? He's like got the perfect physique and I'm a fat bastard. I was like, yeah, I appreciate the compliment, but don't be so hard on yourself. We could change that. Um, so, I mean, you got to look at what people are saying to you and how they see you, not necessarily how you see yourself, because you're still thinking about how you were 60 days ago. You're still thinking about seeing how you were a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago. It's very hard to work out of that self-image. Um, but reflecting and looking back and see where you've gone in the last 60 days, that helps you. So, I feel amazing. I walk taller. I walk more confident. And that's what it's really all about, how you feel at the end of the day with everything that you're doing. Um, you know, we're moving in the right direction. I really care about how I look and how I feel. And that's where happiness starts. It starts with us and how we view ourselves. Um, so I'm feeling really good with what I've learned and where I'm going to go from here. I've got clear, concise direction. I already know I'm going to do Body Beast and incorporate some of the nutritional things that I've learned from the last 60 days, and I'm going to apply that to Body Beast. I'm really excited to start doing that program again, and I'm going to hit it hard. So, how are you doing? What would you like to accomplish in your life? Maybe there's something we can work on together. This is as real as it gets. This is what life is all about. It's about improvement and constantly making, strides to be better and having goals that we set for ourselves. Um, I form focus challenge groups so um, that I'm doing them twice monthly, and they're focus challenge group, and the goal is to help people begin to have that mind shift to where instead of doing the same thing over and over and over and getting the same results, we're going to have a direction to go for improvement. We're going to take a look at our lives and ourselves and see where we can make changes and start to make things better, and not have that plateau. You got to break up the monotony, and you can always be more, to get more, to do more. And that's the focus of my challenge groups. They're week-long events, and they're geared towards aligning ourselves with our goals. So are you curious as to how far you can go? Let's get out there and do it together. I had a great 60 days, and I'm going to do it for another 90 days. If you want to be a part of this, contact me. This is life-changing stuff here. It's continual improvement, and the more you improve, the better you get, the better your life's going to be.